Welcome back, everybody, to the Los Angeles Angels franchise here on MLB The Show 26. Once again, thank you so much for all the support. Continue to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. So, regular season is over. A very, very bad season. 51 wins, second worst in Major League Baseball. And it's time to try to build this team up. As you can see, we've cut down the age, though, of this roster. I mean, we have to go all the way down to Miguel Castro, who might not even be on the team next year, to get to somebody that's even over the age of 30 years old. Now, I still want to stay aggressive in the offseason. We have money to spend. You can see Mike Trout is the only real contract that goes on beyond the next couple of years. A bunch of renewables, a bunch of arbitration contracts, which we can save him money. Anthony Rendon's $35 million, gone after this season. He's not going to obviously be retained. Probably would retire in actuality. But with Mike Trout still in the roster, having a fantastic season last year, he hit 37 home runs, 926 OPS. I think we got to give him a shot again. I like said before, starting this franchise, I want to try to get him to the playoffs. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get to a World Series, but I would obviously love to get him to the playoffs. Now, if we get to the playoffs maybe next year, or a little bit of hope of the playoffs, I think maybe we can continue to retain him for sure. But it's all going to be about the pitching staff. Peyton Tolley, we're hoping for a really good second season. Grayson Rodriguez pitched well at the end of the season, but as George Klassen come back, obviously he had injury out for the season. I don't think Bremner's ready. Elmer Rodriguez, who we acquired from the Yankees, we saw in September pitching, a decent start, but then kind of won away at the end. How do we fill out this rotation? We're going to be aggressive in free agency. Same with the bullpen. We're going to be very aggressive trying to bring in some top-of-the-line pitchers, that's for sure. Kobe Mayo, he just killed the ball coming over here. There's a good chance we move him over to his initial position of third base. I think that's what we're probably going to do, because I'm actually pretty happy with Nolan Shonowell at first base. Now, we could look for another third baseman. Mayo or Shonowell could be a DH. We could do that. But we definitely need, you can see third base is a much need. Neto right there at shortstop, we're good. Joshua Lugo's still ways away, only being 19 years old. As for outfield, I don't think we're going to retain Jorge Soler. Joe Adell's going to be right field. Trout, Enrique Bradfield Jr. maybe our left fielder going forward. So it's all about, I would say, pitching right now. Can we find pitching? As the Seattle Mariners have won their first World Series, defeating the San Diego Padres. So that gives us even more motivation, as now we have an in-division team winning a World Series, their first ever. That's actually kind of cool to see. I didn't go through the awards, so let's go through them here. Garrett Crochet is going to win your MVP. 21-3 record. He wins the Cy Young as well. He sweeps both. Brandon Donovan's going to win your batting title. I don't think we're probably going to get any awards. Reliever of the Year, Cole Sands. Trey Savage is going to win your Rookie of the Year. Maybe next year we can get a Rookie of the Year award. Gold Gloves, there's a possibility that we might have somebody here on the Gold Glove list. It's not looking like it so far, though. Nope. And I don't think we're going to win a Silver Slugger either. I don't think we had anybody at those positions that could, Trout was probably the only guy, and he wasn't on there. MVP goes to Shohei Ohtani. That's what look how many MVPs this guy has, which is, not probably wrong. Blake Snell's going to win the Cy Young in the NL. As long as Ohtani is the kind of guy that stays healthy and just continues to produce like he always does, how does he not win MVP every year? It's just crazy. It's kind of like any position out there in different sports. Michael Jordan could have won MVP every year. LeBron James could win MVP every year. It's just sometimes they, it's like, I feel like they feel bad for other players. Like, sure, we'll give you an MVP because this guy's just too good. We can't do anything about it. So it is what it is. Retirements, Max Scherzer, there's Kenley Jansen, Justin Verlander, McCutchen. So some bigger names, but definitely names we thought about for sure. Yeah, Yu Darvish, definitely up there in age. So Scherzer, Verlander, and Kenley Jansen do make the Hall of Fame. How Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame, I don't know. Don't give me the steroid stuff, because David Ortiz failed a test and he's in, so they just do not like Barry Bonds. But anyway, we need a hitting coach. And a first base coach. We're going to try Bryant Brayman, contact power, bunting, and two-plate discipline. We're going to try him first. for a hitting coach. So we'll offer him about $3 million over 4 years. Then we're going to do Hal Field, 1 fielding, 1 stealing, blocking, and 2 speed for first base coach. We're all for about 3.8 over 3 and see where those get us. As for our qualifying exclusive negotiation offers here with everybody, honestly, with everybody on this list, I don't think I'm going to keep anybody. I think we're going to all let them walk. I'm not really, too caught up in really anybody here. I am fine with other free agents coming up or younger pitchers maybe coming up. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. I mean, Castro, I thought was going to pitch well. He had 10 holds, but then 5.28 ERA, 1.29. The whip's not bad, but 34 inning pitch, 14 walks. No, I think we can probably find somebody better than that. And Jorge Soler, just the age, going downhill a little bit, but he did hit 251 this year. Home runs went up a little bit. I just rather be playing somebody else there in left field. I don't want to give these guys contracts that I don't, I'm not going to use them. I just don't want them. So I think we're going to let these guys walk for sure. Candelario, Strickland, Frazier, Romano. Yeah, we're going to all let them walk. I'm not giving these guys any deals. Hal Field is taking the Guardians third base coach offer, so we got to look for another first base coach. I don't know why it said third base. First base coach. Darryl Jean looks solid. Let's give him an offer. 2 stealing would be big. Well, Brent Brayman has accepted our offer as the hitting coach, so at least we get somebody there. And Darryl Jean accepted Cardinals offer, so it looks like we got to look for another first base coach. We're going to go Del Harris, 1 durability, 1 speed, 1 stealing, and 2 arm strength. And same thing, 3-year deal, about $3.5 million. Del Harris, wasn't he a former coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? Anyway, but we're going to get past the exclusive negotiation period, and now we've hit free agency, salary arbitration, tender contracts. Now, salary arbitration, if you don't know out there, after your renewable years, you get 3 years of arbitration. It's just trying to find a fair deal between the player and the organization. You can get a long-term deal done, but if you can't agree on a 1-year deal, it goes to an arbiter, and then he decides what's a fair, number for 1 year. Tender contracts, we're just going to skip through that. I'm not going to show you anything because that's just guys that are not arbitration yet, but they just renew their contracts, and that's literally about it. They're under your team control. But as for the arbitration, so we're obviously going to, I think Neto, Adele, Rodriguez, probably Soriano, Logan O'Hoppe, Sean O'Well for sure. Detmers maybe, but everybody else down here, I don't know if we're going to do any arbitration deals. Like I said, you can offer them a long-term deal, but, I'm fine just, lowballing them and then doing arbitration. So we're just going to go through there. And that brings us to free agency. So this started last year. You get 3 priorities. So we're going to pick, obviously, starting pitching for the positions. You get 3 of them. And then I think you get 2 team needs. We'll do third base at the moment. Probably should do relief pitching. But I think we can wait on the relievers because you can change this up week to week to give you the little bonuses. Let's do left field and just see who's out there. I think that's a good possibility. Because if we could find a decent left fielder for like a year, even if Enrique Bradfield Jr. maybe goes down to AAA for another season, that's a possibility. But it depends who's there. So let's do a power pitcher and power. Probably just power. This day and age in baseball, it's all about that power, right? So power pitcher. And I think we know for sure who we're going to offer right away. So obviously the top 50. But we're going to Tarek Skubal. 100%. We're staying aggressive. We're going after Tarek Skubal. I mean, it's going to be a massive contract. Goes 19-8 this past season with a 2.14 ERA. Whip under 1 at .93. We're going to add him to the board. So we'll see. Now, obviously you get the plus 9% motivation boost, but it is decreased because we're long shots. He probably wants a contender, obviously. But hey, if we can throw a lot of money at him, maybe. Trevor Rogers had a very good season coming over Baltimore in the trade. And then this past season, 3.58 ERA. He went 15-8. Obviously, the Orioles did make the postseason. I'm going to add him to the board. We're adding Trevor Rogers to the, like I said, we have money to spend. Could you imagine if we bring in Skubal and Rogers? Man, what a rotation. It would move everybody down. It would just work out perfectly. And Alex Vesia, I think we're going to, or Vesia, Yeah, I know I didn't select relief pitchers, but I didn't really see anybody outfield-wise that I was like too keen on. So I think Vesia, we're going to stick there. So we're going to stick with these first three and see where we sit. As Del Harris did accept our first base coach offer, so we got a hitting coach, we got a first base offer. As we got David Bednar, he's really all about the Texas Rangers, so we could add him to the big board to try to steal him from Texas, but I'm not really sure on Bednar at the moment. But let's take a look. So Skubal's only at 11%, Rogers is at 46%, and Vesia is at 44%. So Skubal's going to be more of a long shot, where I think Rogers we have a chance and Vesia we have a chance. But I'm going to keep Skubal. I know it's crazy to keep him on the board. I'm keeping him on there. I want a shot. All right, Brady Singer. He might be going to the A's. You know what? I'm not really interested in it either. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens here. Because we can offer Trevor Rogers a contract now. Now that he's over 50%, we can offer him a contract. Obviously, if you don't know, they have to be over 50% to offer them a deal. And then it goes from there. But yeah, we got a lot of money to spend. So let's do 6 years. Let's just up the money a little bit. Maybe go to, maybe right under $31 million per year. I mean, it is a big, big offer, but I trust in Trevor Rogers. And then we get a 5% boost for offering somebody to top 25. He's close to being there. I think we move him to the priority 2. That'll get the plus 4% boost. So that'll get him over 51% next week. We're still waiting on Skubal. We'll see if it gets through the weeks here where we have to get a deal done. All right, here's our last now or never for Alex Vesia. Man, his motivation went down to 42%. It went down. Wow, okay. He got decreased. Let's just do a 3-year deal. I don't always like giving bullpen arms this long of deal, but we're going to try. We're just going to see. We're going to see if throwing money at these guys does work. I'd like to see more of a motivation too. I'd love to see kind of more of motivations in this. All right, here is his contract decision. Is he going to sign with us or somewhere else, or maybe just continue in free agency? But I think that means he's going to sign for sure. And he goes to the Minnesota Twins. So we lose out. Just signs a 1-year deal with them, so he'll be a free agent next year. And now here we go. Now or never for Tarik Skubal. Oh, another organization made another offer to him, so that's why the motivation goes down. There you go. So here we go. 8-year deal for Skubal. I mean, he's only at a 14%. We're going to try to up it as best as we can. $50 million. Yeah, 8. Well, should we do 9 years? 9 years, $50 million per year. I mean, this could be a realistic deal. No doubt about it. Near $500 million. You're getting close, obviously. I don't think he's going to sign with us. If he does, this would be crazy. Where is Tarik Skubal going to go? The decision has been made. And Tarik Skubal is going to the Philadelphia Phillies. Well, at least it's in the NL. But 9 years, about $45 million per year. Tarik Skubal signs with the Phillies. You can see 9-year, 404. He was the best free agent on the board, no doubt about it. Everybody's going to want him. And there you go. He signs with the Philadelphia Phillies, trying to make a World Series run. What about Trevor Rogers? Is this what we're seeing here? Could it possibly be? Trevor Rogers has signed with us. We have a big-time ace pitcher. Absolutely fantastic. We'll take it. 6 years, about $31 million per. Like I said, we have the money to spend. We now have an ace. That works out perfectly. Bam! We at least hit on one. Because now everybody can move down in the rotation. Perfect. All right, so now we're in week 4, so we can add some more players here to our board. So now I think we're going to look at Adrian Morejon. I think we could put him on our board. Nice lefty out of the bullpens. Got some nasty stuff. Great season last year with the Padres, 2.84 ERA. Yeah, let's put him on the board. Let's take a look at Brandon Woodruff. Remember, he was up for the trade. He is just a veteran we could try to sign to a 1-year deal. And we're going to look at Eugenio Suarez as well. Possibly third baseman, big-time power hitter on a 1-year deal. Why not? We can give it a shot. So let's see what the motivations or the percentage are going to be on these guys. Well, Suarez is already at an now or never. That's not good. Phillies again. What was last year? It was like realistic. The Dodgers signed everybody. Is it this year Philadelphia is just going to sign everybody? 1-year deal, $20 million. Let's see if Suarez wants to come to LA, or is he going to go to Philadelphia, or maybe he goes to LA. LA was there. Where does Suarez go? He goes to the Phillies. Man, Phillies are all over it. We lose another one to the Philadelphia Phillies. Suarez goes there in a 2-year deal, $15.5 million. Kevin Gausman's going to sign a 1-year deal with the A's for $37.8 million. So we're going to have to worry about him now in division. Oh, man, he's only at 5% motivation to sign, and he's 0. Honestly, I think we just take them both off the board. Not even worth it. We're going to look at Dennis Santana. I'm thinking possibly Jazz Chisholm as well. Another guy that we can probably move to third base if we want to. He could probably play second base as well. I mean, you got Zach Gallen sitting there. Let's do Zach Gallen, Dennis Santana, and Jazz Chisholm and see where they lock in at. Bubic is going to sign with the Orioles. 5 years, $155 million deal. As they lose, obviously, Trevor Rogers. He's gone now, so they got to continue to work on that rotation. Oh, there you go. Signs in the Mets. 4 years, $56.1 million. I mean, he only had a 5% with us. There was no reason keeping us on the board, and he signs a massive deal with the Mets. All right, the draft lottery is up. We have a chance at the number 2 pick in the draft. I'm just hoping we don't get screwed over here. Please, can we at least get number 2? If not number 3, I'd take that all day. I would love, obviously, the number 1 pick in the draft. But here we go. Draft lottery. We drop all the way to 6. We lose 4 spots. Are you kidding me? And of course, in division team, the Athletics get the number 1 pick. We just got screwed over. Don't even get a top 5 pick. Are you kidding me with that? All right, we're going to the Rule 5 draft. We have the number 2 pick there. Usually, the only thing I'm looking for is a reliever. I mean, you're not going to find really too much. All right, there's some guys here. And obviously, if you don't know, Rule 5 draft, you could take these guys who are not on the 40-man roster. They're kind of open to be picked up. The problem is you have to keep them on your roster for the full season. If you try to send them down, release them, they automatically go back to their original team. So you can have it's almost like a loan in the sense, but if you want to keep him around, he sticks on your roster after the year. So that's kind of what it is. Now, they do have sort of a sense like on loan, kind of in soccer right now. I don't know too much of the details about that one, but I know you can do on loan for that. Rodriguez looks solid. Let's do it. We'll draft him. I mean, it can't be any worse than what we had in the bullpen last year. I mean, it was awful last year. Maybe some of the worst. I'm trying to see if anybody else, because we had some guys that were not on our 40-man. And you take a bit of a risk. I know they have definitely improved this, where if you had some younger players that were like 19 years old and they weren't on your 40-man, they would automatically take them. But they have definitely improved that, where some guys, they have to be a little bit older. And I like that. All right, that's it. We only take Rodriguez. I think that works out. Now we look at the motivation sign percentage. Jazz Chisholm, 16. Gallen at 22. Dennis Santana at 11. Do we want to wait a week and just see what happens? Yeah, Jazz Chisholm, Cubs, Tigers, Yankees, going back to the Yankees. Let's offer him. I don't think any of these are going to work. I'm really interested to see that even with the percentage, like, will they take it? Is there a possibility that you can sign guys like this? Or is it just you have 0% chance? And Jazz Chisholm he's going somewhere else. He's going to the Cubs. 6 years, $24.12 million every year for 6 years. And there you go. Jazz is going to the Cubs. Dennis Santana, does he go back to Pittsburgh? Does Pittsburgh offer a free agent guy a big-time deal? Man, that is going to be the huge thing. How many years does Skeens have left? I don't know. That is going to be a real question, because Paul Skeens, man, there's no way Pittsburgh signs him. There's just no way. I wonder if Pittsburgh plays like in real life. I mean, will Skeens hit free agency? Will somebody try to trade for him? But I believe Dennis Santana, he's going to the Boston Red Sox. 4-year deal, $11.28 million per. And there you go. We're going to add J.P. Crawford, in division guy. He's not bad. He's only asking, what does he ask for? A 2-year deal? Not bad. We're going to keep Zach Gallen on our list for right now. He continues to go up, and he has no offers at the moment. Eric Lauer, we're going to add as well. Another bullpen arm. Yeah, let's add him. As we're halfway through free agency here. I wish there was more spots. That's my whole thing. Maybe 5 of them. That'd be cool. As Brady Singer's going to sign with the Diamondbacks, 7 years, $228 million deal. Nico Horner's going to sign with the New York Yankees, 6 years, $131.2 million deal. Freddie Peralta going to the Blue Jays, 7-year, $278.2 million. Just about $40 million per year. As Robbie Ray is interested, he has a 78% motivation to sign. You know what? I'm interested in this. A 1-year deal, you can add him into the rotation. Let's try to get Robbie Ray. So 37 for Lauer, 38 for J.P. Crawford. I'm fine going through the week and just seeing what happens. Still nobody for Gallen or anything. As Robbie Ray is going to sign with us, so I'll take it. That's not bad. With the pitching how it was last year, I mean, it was awful. So we add Robbie Ray into this rotation. I will absolutely take it. All right, J.P. Crawford. Nobody's offering a deal, but this is going to be a now or never. Interesting. So I like this. You don't really know who's offered anything. Let's go up to like 42%, 2 years, a little over $12 million per. And J.P. Crawford signing with the Guardians, so he will go away. We are losing out on a lot of people here. Let's try to continue add to the bullpen. We're going to look at Jacob Junis, bullpen arm, 1-year deal. That's kind of what I want out of the bullpen. I like 1-year deals, maybe 2 max. I think going past 3 sometimes is a little crazy, unless you really want that guy. So Lauer's at 44, Gallen's at 40. Yeah, I mean, maybe Milwaukee. I don't know if we just take him off the board. I think we're going to take him off the board with bringing in Robbie Ray. I want to definitely have still some rotation spots for the guys we have. So let's look at Miguel Andujar, as we're still looking for kind of bench players, guys that can fill in. So we'll add Miguel Andujar to our list. As Brandon Woodruff, I thought it was going to be a 1-year deal. Man, 4 years, $157.6 million for Woodruff. Already at, 34 years old? That's a pretty big deal. All right, Jacob Junis, 1 year. Increase it a little bit, maybe around 7. Yeah, let's do $6.98 million for a 1-year deal to add to the bullpen. Miguel Andujar is already at 60%. He wants some motivation there. We'll add 2-year deal, and he wanted $8.9 million. We're going to add $9.08 million per year. Laura can't be signed yet. We'll wait on that one. As Miguel Andujar, contract decision, and he doesn't like it, so he stays. Jacob Junis signs. There you go. All right, we'll take it. Signs the deal, adds to the bullpen, continues to improve. Drew Pomeranz wants to come back. We traded him. Nah, I'm fine. That's crazy that he wants to come back. He's like, hey, man, I'll come back. I'll come back to your team. I know you traded me, but we're not interested there. All right, we'll offer Andujar really what he wants. I know the motivation's gone up, but we're going to just offer what he wants. Eric Lauer, okay, 1 year. He wants he wants that 7.4. Let's just offer that. So Eric Lauer will do that 1-year deal. I'm looking at backup catchers as well, and Andy Rodriguez is just sitting here. I mean, he's only 26 years old. He didn't get much time with Pittsburgh. Let's offer him a deal, I think. We do need a backup catcher. Let's see if we can get him one. He doesn't want much either. All right, Miguel Andujar. Contract decision. He doesn't like it. All right. Eric Lauer. He doesn't like it, so it continues to work on those two. And Rodriguez is up to a 60%, I can see. So there you go. We'll off a little bit, $7.55 million. And Andujar, I mean, it's like back to the original one we did. We're just going to go back up to the original, see what happens there. And Andy Rodriguez, 2-year deal, about $2 million per year. I mean, that's an absolutely nothing deal for a backup catcher. That is just easy contract, I think. All right, Eric Lauer. He is going to sign. All right, we get a nice bullpen arm. Another one, lefty. We'll absolutely take it. Continue to work on that bullpen. I still think we need at least one more. And his motivation is dropped, and he signs with the Toronto Blue Jays. So Miguel Andujar does not sign. We couldn't get a contract done with him, and he goes to Toronto. Andy Rodriguez, I don't know. He is going to sign. I saw that motivation to sign went down, but there you go. He signs with us. He'll be a backup catcher. He's only 26. Stephen Okert. He has motivation to sign here, 84%. Let's maybe offer him a deal. Let's offer him. Let's see what he's got. At least we did last year. 3.56 ERA. Been solid the last 2 years at 12 holds. You know what? Like I said, the bullpen can't get any worse. As many arms as we can have to that bullpen. Let's try. And he signs. So another lefty out of the bullpen signs. As it continues to improve. And we're going to add Marcell Ozuna. He hit 5 home runs, I believe, last year. Could be a DH. Just fill him in there. Power hitter. He has maxed out motivation to sign on a 1-year deal. Here, final weeks of free agency. And he is going to sign. So Marcell Ozuna is going to sign with us. Said he was just sitting there. He hit 30-plus dingers last year. Why not? And same thing with Taylor Rogers. Just sitting there. So let's offer him a deal. We have still money to spend. 1-year deal, about $5.24 million. Actually, let's go up to $5.4 million. He could be our closer. I mean, we don't have much in the way of bullpen closers. And let's get more depth. And I think try to sign maybe Gavin Lux. Because we still have a little bit of money to spend here in the budget. Let's go for Gavin Lux on a 1-year deal. Same thing. Just adds another bench guy. So Taylor Rogers is going to sign. So Taylor Rogers signed. We have Trevor Rogers, Taylor Rogers. They both sign. I said could be our closer. And Gavin Lux will sign as well. So Gavin Lux can be a guy who can just fill in, be that bench guy, veteran bench guy. And that is going to be our offseason. We didn't make any trades, just all, free agent signings. I was looking at trades, but really we didn't have a lot to go off of. So I just wasn't comfortable trading anything. But that is going to finish out the offseason. Obviously, we'll probably go through spring training. And then obviously next time get to opening day as well. You won't have to wait long. We might have that out tomorrow, I think, opening day. But let me know what you guys think of the offseason below. We tried for Tarek Skubal, just couldn't get done. But we do get Trevor Rogers. We get an ace on the staff. We've upped this bullpen. I think we're going to be a lot more competitive. Maybe make a big trade in the season. We'll see where it stands. But that is going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.